In a quiet village settled at the foot of a towering mountain, there were whispers about a terrible monster that lived at the peak. The creature was said to have a terrifying roar that echoed through the valley, striking fear into everyone who heard it. People had been too afraid to climb the mountain, and many believed the monster was real. Among the villagers was a brave young girl named Ayana. She had grown up hearing the stories of the beast, but unlike the others, she did not tremble at the thought. "If the monster exists, I will face it," she said, determined to prove her courage. Ayana's family was worried when they heard her plan. "You're too young, and it's too dangerous," her father said, gripping her shoulders with concern. "Please, don't go." But Ayana's heart was set. "The village needs to be free from fear," she replied. "I will climb the mountain, and if the monster is real, I will find a way to deal with it." With a final hug, she packed her bag with water and food, setting out for the journey. The mountain was as majestic as it was terrifying. Ayana's path twisted through thick forests and rocky cliffs. The higher she climbed, the colder the air became, and the trees grew sparse. Yet, she did not stop, driven by the thought of freeing her people. As she neared the top, Ayana heard an eerie growl carried by the wind. It sent shivers down her spine, but she steeled herself. "I've come this far. I won't turn back now," she muttered, her eyes fixed on the peak that was hidden in the clouds above. Finally, after days of climbing, Ayana reached the summit. There, standing before her was the monster. It was massive, with glowing red eyes and dark scales that shimmered like night. Its teeth were sharp, and its roar shook the ground beneath her feet. Ayana felt a wave of fear, but she refused to back down. "I am not afraid of you," she said, her voice steady despite the pounding of her heart. "I have come to put an end to your reign of terror over my village." The monster laughed, a deep, rumbling sound that echoed through the mountain. "You think you can stop me, little girl?" it taunted. "I am the king of this mountain. None have dared challenge me." Ayana took a deep breath and stood tall. "I am not here to fight," she said. "I want to understand why you frighten my people. What do you want?" The monster stopped, its eyes narrowing as if surprised by her question. The creature's tone softened as it spoke. "I have been alone for many years. The villagers fear me because they do not understand me. I do not wish to harm them, but their fear makes them think I am a monster." Ayana listened carefully, realizing that the creature's roar was simply a cry for attention, not an act of malice. "You are not a monster," she said kindly. "You are lonely, and you want to be understood." Ayana sat down on a rock, thinking deeply. "If you want to be heard, you need to show the villagers your true self," she suggested. "You don't have to be a monster to be powerful. You can be their protector instead." The creature's eyes softened, a glimmer of hope shining through the darkness. "But how can I show them? They only fear me." Ayana smiled. "Let me help you. Together, we can prove you are not what they think." Ayana spent the next few days talking with the creature. They came up with a plan to meet the villagers. "I will tell them you are kind and misunderstood," she promised. "You will not roar or frighten them. You will show them that you can be their ally." The creature agreed, and together, they descended the mountain toward the village. Ayana's heart raced with anticipation. Would the villagers believe her? Would they accept the creature as a friend? When they reached the village, the people gathered in fear. "Ayana, what is this?" they whispered, pointing at the creature behind her. It was larger than life, and the villagers recoiled at the sight. Ayana stood in front of the monster. "This is not a monster," she said firmly. "This is a misunderstood creature who only wants to be your protector. I have spent time with him, and I know the truth." The villagers were skeptical but curious. The monster stepped forward, lowering its head in a gesture of peace. "I do not wish to harm you," it said, its voice gentle. "I have roared because I was lonely, not because I wanted to scare you." The villagers watched in silence, unsure of what to do. But Ayana spoke again, her voice full of conviction. "This creature has a heart, just like all of us. He deserves a chance to show you that he can be your friend." Over time, the villagers slowly began to warm up to the creature. Ayana helped them understand that he wasn't a monster. They saw that he could help them in ways they never imagined, protecting their crops from wild animals and warning them of storms with his keen senses. The creature, once feared, became a protector of the village. He built strong friendships with the villagers, and together, they forged a new, peaceful way of life. Ayana's bravery and wisdom had changed the course of their future. One day, as Ayana and the creature sat together on a hill, watching the sunset, he turned to her and said, "I will never forget what you did for me. You believed in me when no one else did." Ayana smiled. "Sometimes, all it takes is someone willing to listen and understand. We all have the power to change the way others see us." She had taught the monster, and the village, an invaluable lesson about compassion and open-mindedness. As the years passed, Ayana became a leader in the village. She taught the children about kindness, understanding, and the importance of looking beyond appearances. The monster, now a trusted ally, helped her with her work. Together, they created a community where no one was judged by their outward appearance. The village grew stronger, and the people lived in harmony, knowing that understanding and empathy could solve even the greatest challenges. One day, a traveler passing through the village asked, "Why does the monster live here?" The villagers, now confident and proud, answered, "He is not a monster. He is our protector, our friend, and a reminder that no one should ever be judged by their looks alone." Ayana, standing beside the creature, smiled. She knew that their story would live on for generations, a lesson of bravery, compassion, and the power of seeing the good in others. As Ayana grew older, she watched the next generation carry on the values she had taught them. The mountain no longer loomed as a symbol of fear. Instead, it was a place of peace and understanding, where the brave girl and the misunderstood creature had shown that love and compassion could conquer all. Moral of the story: true courage comes from understanding, compassion, and the willingness to see the world through others' eyes. Never judge someone by their appearance, for the heart of a person or a creature may surprise you.